I think travel for me is always kind of an awakening and a reckoning with myself. I don't know if that makes any sense, but usually when I leave my environment and go into uncharted territory, it can really like help me kind of focus and reframe my thinking and find answers that I'm looking for, and maybe sometimes answers that I didn't know I was looking for. It's like very tumultuous for me and a really hard transition for a lot of reasons. I had like a bad breakup. I left college. I was in a creative environment I wasn't enjoying. I didn't know where my work was going next. It was just very hard. I was depressed and I was like, I'm going to go. Like, I need to go somewhere. Like, threw my cell phone in my car, got on a plane and disappeared for 2 weeks. And it was, I don't know, like
Was it a little bit like running away?
I don't know if it was running away. It just like needed to like completely check out of my life for a minute, because sometimes you can't see when you're in things.
You can't. I like you're saying something that I believe very strongly. I believe that you need to get very, very far out of your ecosystem, because it's only when you're completely detached from it that not only can you see it from the outside, but there's just ties, there's energetic ties that until there is a finite cord cut, you can't see it objectively and feel it. And I'll just say this, every time I travel, when I come back, I think it is the fastest way to express yourself.
Yes.
Because you really do feel like you left something. And if you feel like something's really dragging you down, particularly, I mean, I think I need to ask a question now to every guest is, were you depressed after you graduated from college? Because it's understandable.
Yeah.
It sounds like a lot of loose ends. And when I say run away, it's like, get me out of here, because you just need to divest yourself of everything, immerse yourself in something else that has a context that's not centered around all of your loose ends. And in a way, whether it was conscious or not, like connect to yourself to figure out, in all of the stress of the different things happening, like who is Heather, what's going on with Heather, what do I really want, right? And you're not influenced because you're not asking people. And
I did end up being influenced, but like in a really great way, because I was away from my normal, like I was away from everyone. I went down there with someone and I actually left them and went on my own vacation. But my mantra that while I was there was, I want to go home and change my life.
I want to go home by yourself, not.
And so I was open to change, and I was like, I didn't know what that looked like, but then I went on this adventure, and then I ended up meeting an entrepreneur, and like we were talking about like where I was in my life and what was going on, and it was actually, I think, like those conversations that shaped where I was like, there, like I hadn't really thought about it. He was like, what if you just like got your own space? And I was like, that's like probably exactly what I need to do. That's it. But I had opened myself up to new people, to new energy,
and people that were not biased to whatever it was.
Yeah. And it was just like a total stranger that
and nobody to sit there and contextualize it for you, because when it resonated with you and a total stranger had the idea, it's interesting the belief that you have in yourself when a total stranger talks about something that as if it's like going through the drive-through, right? You just do this, this, and this, and it's all good.
Yeah. But I mean, that's what I did. I was like, that makes sense to me. That is what I need. I need to go home and, create my own space and like make a home for myself so that I can figure this all out, lay the groundwork. And so that's what I did.
And did the catering end after you laid the groundwork?
Yeah, it was basically about a month, I think, after I opened the studio officially.
Did you feel like you had been cut off at the knees?
I mean, I walked out of my job.
You walked out.
So, it just was what it was. Like it was just that's what unfolded in my life. I literally walked into my job, like going to put my apron on, and the chef threw a jar of garlic at me and started screaming, and I was just like,
I'm done.
I guess this is the moment. and so then I just went in. I mean, I opened an Etsy shop the next day, and then I just, put all of my focus into developing a line of work, and that was it.